Hey there, guys. This is David, and want to talk about laziness. How I don't think it actually exists, at least not in the form that people initially think of laziness as. So I'll start it off the discussion by talking about by pointing out how a psychologist once, one of my clients, is a psychologist, and this big firm in New York City, uh, made a lot of money doing it, and so this fascinated me whenever he was talking about it. I asked him, what was the most surprising thing that you learned about people? And this is a guy that already got his doctorates and everything, and, knew, like, academically, basically all that there was to know. Obviously, not literally, but, anyways, he told me people do what they want to do. People do what they want to do. And I sat on this and I thought about it for a while, and it's true. I mean, it's people do what they want to do, and implying that people don't do what they don't want to do. And I think this connects to laziness in that I don't think people really are lazy. I think that some people are afraid, or they think that maybe they're afraid of success, or afraid of failure, or I think more often than not, most of these things, if not all, come down to fear, being afraid of something. So if someone's lazy, they they might not have the biggest self-esteem. They might not feel that they deserve to have a better life. And I think this is more of a truthful or accurate depiction or explanation as to why someone won't do something that they have a responsibility to do. And I think it's almost it's just so one-dimensional thinking to say that someone's lazy. When I think of laziness, I think that someone is almost like maliciously and knowingly not doing something, almost as if to spite someone else. But in reality, it's almost like they're spiting themselves by not doing it. It's almost like they want to hurt themselves. It's like people will self harm and stuff, and that's they usually. I mean, obviously that's a it's like a physical thing, but people don't realize that people self harm in non physical ways as well. I shouldn't say people. Some people don't really fully realize that people self harm in non physical or violent ways, and that is the little stuff that builds up. So whenever someone's depressed, they they have a lack of build to them, a lack of frame, a lack of um, their mental frame is broken, or um, perhaps it just needs a a different way of thinking that it's not that person is not thinking of right then. So I think that if we can empower people to believe in themselves, and not just, oh, I believe in myself, but like really believe that they and everything that they encapsulate has an identity and a purpose, and that in order to fulfill their duty to themselves and to the people around them, they have to do it. Whatever the thing is that they are being lazy about. I hate that word so much. A lot of people with like ADHD and ADD and stuff, they're called lazy, or they're not putting enough effort in. I think more likely than not, a lot of this stuff is more fear based, a lot more anxiety based. It's and again, it's just unfair when it comes down to it to say that people are lazy. Like, what are you trying to accomplish with that? I think there's no end goal with calling someone lazy. If you're calling someone, stop the video. If you're calling someone insecure. That means that they have a problem to fix that is within themselves. But calling someone lazy is almost like you're mad that they didn't comply with whatever you wanted, so now you want to attack them or shame them. And that doesn't fix things. I mean, maybe shaming does motivate someone to make a change, or it helps them see that there is a problem, but doesn't actually address the problem. So it's not really like a useful way of communicating that something needs to change, and useful in the way that the person being called lazy is not going to really get anything from that. I think that if you're going to voice your dissatisfaction over something, you should at least have leave a gap or an opening for that to be fixed, or for that to be solved, or a solution to be implemented. And if you're not doing that, you're just wasting your time and filling yourself up with more hate that does not benefit you. So, I think that about covers it. I might talk about it in a future video again. But yeah, thanks for watching.